In tonight's headlines, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris split first votes counted in New Hampshire as Americans head to the polls today to vote in a historic presidential election that is too close to call. In Hong Kong, the three-runway system will come into operation on November 28th, and aviation stakeholders are prompted to capitalize on it. And a construction worker has fallen to his death from a building while working with bamboo scaffolding in To Kwa Wan.
A midnight vote in the tiny New Hampshire town of Dismantling kicked off the U.S. election day, with a tradition that dates back to 1960 for being the first in the nation to complete in-person voting. 6 voters cast their ballots. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have tied with 3 votes each, somehow reflecting the neck-and-neck race. With polling opening in all 50 states and Washington, D.C., voters will be selecting the president, members of Congress, and governors. Results are expected as soon as Tuesday night local time. To win the key to the White House, the presidential candidates need to grab 270 electoral college votes out of 538, which are allocated in a winner-take-all system in most states. Locked in tight battle, key swing states are critical to secure the victory. Trump held his last rally after midnight in Michigan, which holds 15 electoral votes.
This is my last rally. Can you believe it? The rallies, these big, beautiful rallies, there's never been anything like it. And there never will be anything like it. You get out to vote, they can't do anything about it. We win.
Trump argued that his real opponent was not Harris, but instead an evil Democrat system, urging the silent majority to get out and vote. Harris' final rally in Philadelphia of Pennsylvania was joined by celebrities including Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey.
We are voting for healing over hate.
Harris admitted that this could be one of the closest races in history, but the momentum is on our side, she said.
Your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power. Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you.
Anna Chan, Cable News.
The new 3-runway system at the Hong Kong International Airport will go into service on the 28th of this month, and the government is confident that it will bring significant benefits and strengthen Hong Kong's position as an aviation hub. Speaking at a transportation and logistics event, Acting Financial Secretary Michael Wong highlighted that the 3-runway system is expected to handle 120 million passengers and 10 million tons of cargo annually, more than double the capacity of the previous fiscal year.
It will make Hong Kong an even stronger aviation hub and allow us to serve the region and beyond even better. And for you as key stakeholders in the world's aviation and logistics communities, this means Hong Kong will provide you with a lot of business and profit opportunities. So do not miss them.
Wong also mentioned that the airport currently connects with nearly 200 regions and expected that airlines will introduce new routes, making use of new runway. Meanwhile, the airport authority aims to secure the aerodrome license by this month, encompassing the operations of the 3 runways, as well as the associated taxiways and support facilities. Safety checks have been successfully conducted in the past few months to prepare for the official opening. As for passenger facilities for the new system, the airport operator plans to start commissioning the expanded Terminal 2 in stages, starting at the end of next year. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
A construction worker plunged to his death after falling from scaffolding in To Kwa Wan. The fatal accident happened at around 2 p.m. at an industrial building on Matokok Road. Sources said the victim was working at the roof to erect bamboo scaffolding while one of the supporting L-shaped brackets loosened, sending him plummeting from the structure to land on a canopy below, and was discovered unconscious. Online footages show that emergency services deployed a ladder to rescue the individual and performed resuscitation. The victim was subsequently rushed to Kong Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police and the Labor Department are currently investigating the incident.
The redevelopment plan for Choi Hong Estate is set to take 15 years to vacate all the residents in 3 phases, and will use relatively small machines to demolish the old buildings to minimize disruption for residents still living in the estate. In a Wong Tai Sin District Council meeting, the Housing Department said each redevelopment cycle will span about 7 years, with the initial 8 to 12 months for relocating, 1.5 years for the demolition of old structures, and the remaining time for new construction. Tim Lee, chief architect for the Housing Authority, said the ants moving method would be used in demolition, which could minimize the impact on the surroundings in terms of air quality, vibration, and environmental pollution. Of course, there are quicker methods by using heavy machinery, but the situation at Choi Hong Estate called for smaller, more methodical equipment, he added. Meanwhile, some district council members expressed concerns that the new buildings reaching heights of up to 50 stories would cause a wall effect. The authority explained that such an impact had been considered during the design stage. The Housing Department has also actively considered using featured shops in the new community to reproduce the historical charm of the Instagram favorite housing estate. Moreover, as 1/3 of the residents in the 61-year-old estate are elderly, the authority will incorporate the age-friendliness concept. Evelyn by Cable News.
Kowloon City Magistrates' Courts have leveled up security measures after a man allegedly attempted to attack a magistrate yesterday. Outside the court, multiple police officers were seen patrolling the area, with police vehicles parked nearby. The judiciary has stated that it has revealed the security arrangements at the court building and will gradually implement enhanced security checks starting today, with increased security personnel, and the judiciary will maintain close communication with the police to bolster patrols, ensuring the safety of judges, court staff, and users. These measures were implemented after a 32-year-old man allegedly pulled a knife from his bag and attempted to stab the magistrate yesterday. Sources suggest that he was dissatisfied with a prior conviction that led to his jail sentence. The magistrate was able to escape the scene, while the assailant fled the courtroom but was ultimately subdued by 3 police officers. At the China International Import Expo in Shanghai, Chief Executive John Lee stated that he welcomes mainland enterprises to use Hong Kong as a gateway to the world, emphasizing the potential benefits of the One Country, Two Systems framework for the SAR's future. Lee noted that Shanghai, as a key economic engine, aligns closely with Hong Kong in international finance and shipping. He pointed out that the Shanghai-Hong Kong Stock Connect has paved the way for successful cooperation between the two cities. As the world's first dual open capital market model, the channel's daily trading volume surged from $1 billion at its launch to over $16 billion by last year. The city leader also mentioned that there are now over 2,100 mainland enterprises based in the SAR, with 1,400 having successfully listed on the stock market. This underscores Hong Kong's role as a vital financing platform for mainland companies seeking to expand globally, he said. Earlier, Li visited the Hong Kong section of the Import Expo, where he engaged with various companies and learned about the development of Hong Kong businesses in mainland. Delivering a keynote speech at the opening ceremony, Premier Li Qiang said China must open up further to trade and investment with a cooperative attitude in order to combat rising unilateralism. He also expressed confidence in the country's economy in the future. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
American car company in general.
A state judge in the United States ruled that billionaire Elon Musk's daily giveaway of $1 million can continue, after Musk's lawyer argued that the winners were not chosen randomly. As Donald Trump's biggest cheerleader, Musk earlier started giving out $1 million a day to a registered swing state voter who signed his political petition. The payouts were alleged to be an illegal lottery and was challenged in the Pennsylvania court. However, after an all-day hearing, the judge rejected arguments from the city's district attorney, ruling that Musk's giveaway could proceed, but he could only lay out his reasoning later. In a surprising turn during the hearing, the lawyer from Musk's American PAC revealed that those receiving the money were not chosen randomly in a lottery-style contest, as many believed, but were selected by the pro-Trump political group to be a spokesperson. The giveaway falls in a gray area of election law, and legal experts are divided on whether Musk could be violating federal laws against paying people to register to vote. Musk has already handed out $16 million. The last winner from Michigan will be announced on Election Day.
Business conditions in the city's private sector improved for the first time since April, thanks to a solid increase in new business as the effect of the stimulus policies in the mainland started to kick in. The S&P Global Hong Kong Purchasing Manager Index rose to 52.2 in October from 50 in the prior month, marking the highest print since March 2023. New orders increased at the fastest pace in 1.5 years, attributed to stimulus policies in China and greater tourism interests. Foreign orders from the mainland and abroad returned to growth, and buying levels grew the most since early 2023. That said, employment shrank for the 6th month. Meantime, the level of unfinished work continued to fall, while lead times deteriorated for the 3rd month because of supply shortages and shipping delays. On prices, input cost inflation hits its highest since February, owing to higher transport costs and rising cost wages. However, firms raised selling prices at a slower rate. Finally, sentiment remained pessimistic, but the level of pessimism eased to a near one-year low as concerns over the economic outlook receded.